Once, a noble king named Surat and a merchant named Samadhi, both having lost everything, sought answers from the wise sage Medhas. The sage explained their feelings with the work of Mahamaya, the great goddess, and told them a story. Long ago, while Lord Vishnu slept, two fearsome demons, Madhu and Katib, rose from the waters to attack Lord Brahma. Terrified, Brahma prayed to the goddess, who held Vishnu in a deep slumber called Yog Nidra. "O great Mahamaya," he pleaded, "please withdraw your power so Lord Vishnu may awaken and save me." Pleased by his prayers, the goddess drew her power out from Lord Vishnu's body, and he awoke. A mighty battle raged, but the demons were too strong. So Mahamaya clouded their minds with pride, and they offered Vishnu a boon. Vishnu cleverly asked for their demise. Trapped by their own words, the demons were defeated, and Brahma was saved, all by the grace of the great goddess. This was summary of chapter 1 of Durga Saptashati. The sage continued, "Ages passed, and a new evil arose. The buffalo demon, Mahishasur, grew powerful and waged war against the gods. He defeated them in a great battle and cast them out of the heavens, making himself the new king. The gods, homeless and defeated, sought the help of the great Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Hearing of the gods' plight, Vishnu and Shiva became filled with a terrible rage. From their faces, and from the bodies of all the other gods, a brilliant light emerged. From that incredible light, a woman was formed, the great goddess, Mahadevi. Her radiance lit up the three worlds. The gods, filled with joy, came forward to arm her for the coming battle." This was part 1 of Saptashati chapter 2. After Shiva gave his trident to Devi, Vishnu gave her his discus, Vayu the god of wine gave her a bow and arrows, and the Himalayas gifted her a magnificent lion to ride. Each god gave her their finest weapon until she was armed with the power of them all. Fully armed, the goddess let out a mighty roar that shook the mountains and churned the oceans. Mahishasur, hearing the terrifying sound, was enraged. Mahishasur sent his entire army, led by his fiercest generals, to face the source of the roar. But the goddess was unstoppable. With a swing of her sword, a shot from her bow, and a bite of her line, she destroyed the demon hordes. She fought with the fury of a storm. Her many arms moved like lightning, striking down demons. The demon army was utterly destroyed, leaving only their king, Mahishasur, to face the wrath of the great goddess. This was part 2 of Saptashati chapter 2. Seeing his army destroyed, Mahishasur was filled with a terrible fury. He took on his most fearsome form, a monstrous buffalo, and charged towards the goddess. The earth trembled, but the great goddess only laughed, her eyes shining like stars. Mahishasur was a master of illusion. He changed from a buffalo to a lion, then to a man with a sword, and then to a giant elephant, trying to trick the goddess. But she was faster than his magic. She parried his every attack, her many arms moving in a blur of divine power. Finally, out of tricks, Mahishasur returned to his buffalo form and charged with all his might. But the goddess leaped high into the air, and with the grace of a dancer, landed on the great demon's back, forcing him to the ground. Pinned beneath her foot, the demon struggled, but he could not escape. The goddess raised her radiant trident and plunged it deep into his heart, as his true demon form began to pull itself out of the buffalo's mouth. The great demon Mahishasur was no more. The evil that had plagued the heavens was finally vanquished. The gods rained flowers from the sky and sang praises to their savior, the great goddess. The sage Medhas concluded his story. "Such is the power and glory of the goddess," he told the king and the merchant. "She is the protector of the universe. Take refuge in her, and all your sorrows will be washed away." With Mahishasur defeated, the gods, led by Indra, bowed before the victorious goddess. Their hearts filled with gratitude, they sang a beautiful hymn of praise. "O Devi," they sang, "you are the mother of the universe, the source of all power, and the protector of all who seek your refuge. We bow to you, who have saved us from darkness." Pleased with their prayers, the goddess smiled. "Ask for a boon," she said. The gods replied, "Whenever we are in peril, please appear and save us." The goddess agreed and vanished. The sage Medhas continued, but peace did not last. Two powerful demon brothers, Shumbha and Nishumbha, rose to power and once again conquered the heavens. Defeated and cast out of their home once more, the gods remembered the goddess's promise. They traveled to the highest peaks of the Himalayas and began to pray with all their hearts. "O great Devi," they sang, "we call upon you. The demons Shumbha and Nishumbha have defeated us. Please, save us once more." As they prayed, the goddess Parvati came to the river Ganga to bathe. She heard their hymn, and at that moment, from the sheath of Parvati's own body, a new, breathtakingly beautiful form of the goddess emerged. She was called Ambika. While this new goddess rested on the mountain, two of Shumbha's messengers, Chanda and Munda, saw her. Awestruck by her divine beauty, they raced back to their king. "Master," they cried, "we have found a jewel among women in the Himalayas. Such beauty is fit only for you, the lord of the three worlds." Shumbha, his pride stirred, was intrigued. The sage Medhas continued his tale. The divine goddess appeared in the highest heavens. Her celestial form caught the eyes of Chanda and Munda, two mighty asuras. Struck with awe, they rushed to their master, King Shumbha. Chanda and Munda declared to King Shumbha, "O king, we have seen a goddess of such beauty that she must be yours." Pride stirred, Shumbha sent his messenger, Sugrava, to the Himalayas. Sugriva delivered his king's proposal of marriage, promising her all the riches of the universe. The goddess smiled, her eyes firm. I have made a vow, she replied. I will only marry the one who can defeat me in battle. The stunned messenger returned to his king, the Devi's incredible challenge setting the stage for a cosmic confrontation. Furious at the goddess's audacity, King Shumbha summoned his general, Dhumralochna. Go, Dhumralochna. Bring that arrogant woman to me. Drag her by her hair. Dhumralochna assembled an army of 60,000 asuras. Their march shook the earth as they advanced towards the snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas to capture the divine Devi. He found the goddess seated serenely on her divine lion. He shouted, You wretched woman! Come with me to my masters, Shumbha and Nishumbha, or I will drag you there myself. The goddess simply took a deep breath and uttered the syllable, hum. The sound reverberated through the mountains like a cosmic force of pure energy. Before the echo faded, Dhumralochna was reduced to a pile of ash. The goddess's lion leaped into their midst, tearing through the army ranks, ending the army completely. When Shumbha heard of Dhumralochna's fate, his fury knew no bounds. He commanded his two greatest generals, the brothers Chanda and Munda, Take your strongest warriors and bring me that goddess. Do not return without her. Chanda and Munda led their massive army to the Himalayas. There they saw the goddess, smiling gently, seated upon her lion on the great mountain peak. Prepare for battle, they commanded their soldiers. Capture her. As the Asuras charged, the goddess's face grew dark with anger. Her brow furrowed, and from it sprang a terrifying new form. It was the goddess Kali, with a gaping mouth, a necklace of skulls, and a fearsome sword in her hand. Goddess Kali leaped from the mountain and fell upon the Asura army like a bolt of lightning. With her sword and noose, she defeated the demons with incredible speed and power. Chanda saw the destruction and charged towards Kali, unleashing a shower of arrows. But Kali just laughed. With a single, mighty swing of her sword, she destroyed the powerful Asura general in an instant. Enraged by his brother's fall, Munda rushed at Kali, his make held high. He too was no match for her divine fury. Kali swiftly vanquished him and, holding the heads of both Chanda and Munda, she let out a triumphant roar. Kali brought the heads of the two demons to the goddess Parvati. The great goddess smiled and said, Because you have slain the demons Chanda and Munda, you will forever be known and worshipped in the world by the glorious name of Chamunda. After Chanda and Munda were slain, King Shumbha sent his most powerful demon, Raktabija. Raktabija had a fearsome magical power. Every drop of his blood that touched the ground would create a new demon just like him. The battle raged. To help the goddesses, powerful Shaktis, the Matrikas, emerged from the great gods. There was Brahmani on her swan, Maheshwari on her bull, Kaumari on her peacock, and many others. The goddess Ambika attacked Raktabija with her spear. But as his blood dripped to the earth, thousands of new Raktabijas sprang up, filling the entire battlefield. The gods in the heavens watched in despair as the demon army grew larger and larger with every wound. Seeing the gods worry, the great goddess Ambika smiled and spoke to Kali. O Chamunda, she commanded, open your mouth wide. As I strike Raktabija, you must drink every drop of his blood before it can reach the ground. And so it was done. As Ambika struck the demon, Chamunda darted about, drinking all his blood. Starved of his power, the great Raktabija fell to the ground, defeated. The gods rejoiced, and flowers rained down from the heavens, celebrating the glorious victory of the goddesses. In the blood-soaked fields of battle, the demon King Shumbha rode in fury. His brother, the mighty Nishumbha, bristling with arrogance and armed with terrible weapons, stepped forward. I shall face this Devi myself. The great goddess, Ambika, watched him approach from her lion mount, her serene face a stark contrast to the demon's rage. The divine Matrikas, her fierce warrior aspects, stood ready at her side with their weapons. Nishumbha charged. He hurled a volley of sharp arrows at the goddess, but she shattered them with a single, powerful mantra. He swung his gleaming sword, but the Devi parried it effortlessly with her own. Nishumbha grabbed a mighty spear and flung it at the Devi's lion. The goddess split it in two with her sharp discus, the Sudarshana Chakra. Your strength is an illusion, born of ego. Her voice rang out. It cannot stand against the truth. Nishumbha leaped from his chariot, with make in hand. He rushed towards the goddess, but she raised her trident, the Trishula. With a powerful thrust, she pierced the demon's chest. A terrible cry escaped Nishumbha's lips. He collapsed, his great form still and silent. The demon army wailed in terror. Only Shumbha remained, his face a mask of disbelief, now alone to face the wrath of the Divine Mother. Consumed by rage at the sight of his fallen brother, Shumbha roared with fury, You fight with the strength of others, Devi. Your pride is built on the power of the Matrikas. Face me alone, if you dare. A serene smile touched the Devi's lips and said, You are blinded by ignorance. Matrikas are not others, they are but extensions of me. The fierce Matrikas dissolved into streams of light, flowing back into the Devi, resplendent and all-powerful. Shumbha attacked, with the force of a falling star. The Devi, the source of divine grace, met his blow. Their battle raged through the heavens, the clash of their weapons ringing like the thunder of a collapsing universe. Shumbha seized Nishumbha's mighty shield and sword, charging at the goddess. But with her own celestial blade, she shattered his sword, and then with a volley of arrows, she pierced and destroyed his shield, leaving him defenseless. Disarmed and desperate, Shumbha abandoned all weapons and leaped into the air, aiming to strike the goddess down with his bare hands. Devi caught him in midair and, with a powerful blow from her spear, struck him down to the earth. As Shumbha's life faded, the last remnants of his demonic army fled in terror. The world fell silent, the long battle finally over. The heavens opened, and the gods, their faces filled with gratitude, rained down celestial flowers upon the victorious goddess. After the great demon slain, the gods, led by Agni, the fire god, and Indra, king of heaven, approached the victorious goddess. Their voices joined in a chorus of praise. O Devi, you are the supreme knowledge and the great illusion, the mother of all creation. We bow to you. Be gracious, O mother of the universe. Pleased, the goddess spoke. Whoever shall recite these hymns of Mahatamaya with a concentrated mind will have all their troubles removed by me. In any place where this account of my battles is recited, I shall be present, and my presence will bring peace and protection. Listening to Mahatmaya, King Surtha, Merchant Samadhi, completed their 3 years of penance on the banks of a sacred river. Devi appeared before them in her gentle form, and blessed. The king asked for the return of his kingdom, while the merchant, now free from attachment, asked only for the supreme knowledge that leads to liberation. The Devi smiled and granted both their wishes. And this ends the story of the great goddess.
Bye-bye. Hope to see you again soon.